Your face is still great. I added that after the back.
You set this whole night up.
I set it up. Exactly. I'm segueing. Oh,
What is your word? You spoke it into.
I manifested
Yeah.
it all. This is going to take 10 times longer because this is now an interactive study. It's an interactive. I love it. It's fabulous. It's great. Okay. Well, my friend, I've known you for 25 years.
Wow.
When you were 35
Oh my goodness.
and I was 26. Is that not crazy? Like, to think of that?
That is crazy.
Yeah.
And I wrote, what the heck? That's crazy. That's crazy. What happened to us? We got old. That's what happened. But it's pretty cool that we have that history and that we have that experience together. I think it's brilliant. Anyway, I think it's awesome that your family and my family has all this history together and we now are all in Calgary together. Fabulous, love it. How interesting life is and funny. So I admit that when I think of our friendship, I cannot help but to remember good old Vermilion and Parkview West Church and Webster Vermilion. These days, remembering, actually warm my heart, even though it feels like an alternate universe somehow. It's stepping back in time, and it's kind of like Twilight Zone, thinking about Vermilion, really. But there's always been this Webby-Mackenzie friendship, and I'm so glad that it had the opportunity to form. So I'm just going to go down a little memory lane here a little bit. I remember our summer of love, the water skiing holiday of the perfect day, and we went water skiing. This was with my ex as well, but I did not know that water skiing, you don't have the glass days where it's beautiful. And we had one, and I wasn't a water skier, so I thought this was normal. And they're like, no, what was it?
You guys skied until dark.
Well, it was the whole week. It was a high pressure system, and it was just like, not
Glass.
a breeze for 3 days.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and the guys couldn't stop. They were just
Yeah.
water skiing, water skiing, water skiing. Yeah, anyway, and I was like, is this normal? No, and now I realize when we go out on the lake on the boat and it's choppy,
Yeah.
no, this is not normal.
So when was that? Do you remember?
Where were we at? What lake was that?
It was Loon, actually.
It was in
I
Lake?
think it was about 98.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's crazy, eh?
Jack wasn't born.
No?
You guys came to Vermilion what year?
Asher was born
96.
96. You were born 96.
Yeah, I think it was
You
about
came 96. Yeah. Yes. Also, the now infamous cop boat is.
Oh, yes.
Yes, you
I
must
just
have
really
played
like to
that.
reenact that.
Yeah.
It was fun.
We'll now all do the demonstration.
Yeah, let's do a skip.
Let's go into our actual. Okay, explain, demonstrate. What is it?
Oh, so that was that same weekend, I guess. So we went over for ice cream at Jumbo Lake, and we were heading on our way back, and I just was messing around. So there was a boat coming the other direction, like we were meeting it, and so I was like, like Miami Vice, cop boats. And so I got it, and I turned into its wake, but we kind of went up, and we dropped into this big trough, and water just poured over, like got everybody soaked.
Also, wasn't like Ashton like an
Ashton
infant or
was
something?
a tiny baby.
Yeah.
Well, the Mackenzie kids were quite fearful already of
Of
this whole
water.
thing.
That was
Right.
not our
You weren't the bravest about the water either.
No, I hated it. I still do. Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm not traumatized, but anyway, go on.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Yeah,
so
like, Sid would've been
I
up for
miscalculated
it.
how close I was to this, to this other boat, and
And miscalculated your.
So now when we go out on the boat,
On your
and
comments.
Vermeer's like, hey, you want to play with cop boats?
I literally the boat went like
Yeah.
this. Like I remember it
I
wasn't
remember
looking
the
down at my
wave
And
child.
we were on that side.
Yeah, and I'm looking down, and we're like,
You just gotta roll
and we
into
were
this
all
big
little, like they were
trough.
all little. Like we
And
all
our
could have
kids
drowned
were
and died.
X,
Yeah.
Because her kids are like,
Yeah.
her
Yeah.
oldest
And
is
then you have that
Allie's age.
sheepish
And then younger.
feeling, kind of like,
Yeah, like literally. It was
37-year-old man. Acting like a child.
No, it's the couple story. And it even made the paper. So there you go, couple story. I remember being at your house all the time in Vermilion. We were there constantly. My children don't even remember our house in Vermilion. We all remember their house, yes. Because we liked yours much better than ours. Ours was not as nice as yours. Plus, we got to eat when we go there, and you'd make a regular
That's right.
chicken. Remember your regular
We would
chicken
have
in the
you over
buns?
often on a Sunday night.
Oh, we were there a lot.
Wasn't it every Sunday we were
Yeah.
Yeah, pretty much. I think we were together all the
Not
time.
every, but many, most.
The cool
Yeah.
part was we hung out so much and we all got along so well. But then when we were at church, we all acted like, because we didn't know
Yeah.
each other because we had other things we had to do. But then we were all like, oh, we're all secretly best friends.
Yeah.
Screw all of them.
Yeah, that's what we said.
That's what we said a lot.
In Jesus' name.
Yes.
And the pastor's like, oh,
Yes, we're all best friends. Jesus loves you, it's fine. Okay, good. Side note, didn't write any of that down. Okay. I remember George and Phyllis, and that was a fun part too because that's David's parents, but I felt close to the whole family. And George and his lovely little two-step shuffle, his little dance. So George and I got along. I liked George a lot. He was cute. He just kind of sat there. Sitting.
Yeah.
Okay, good. Okay,
That's accurate, yeah.
And while on my way to becoming
Yeah.
anyway.
yeah. But I would look at George and go, oh, that's what my husband's going to be like. It's very nice.
He was very sweet.
And
He was very funny
yeah.
little man.
And he is headed that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But he kind of didn't have his back problems
Yes.
and stuff. But
Yeah.
and all these weddings. So I would go to all these family weddings, and then George would always have to have a little dance. He did his little shuffle that he did. It was super cute. It was super cute. And then remember Phil, and so I did put this down. Phyllis and I planning Corey's wedding, which is his youngest sister who's now passed away. But it was really like Phyllis and my wedding. And we hung out for 6 months planning this wedding. And it was like, really, Phyllis and I got very close. And we were both very sad when the wedding was over.
Yeah.
Phyllis and I pretty much imposed all of our ideas onto Corey. And she just ended, she didn't really care though.
No.
No, she didn't really care. But Phyllis and I really took over. And we kind of got into our little...
It was a good wedding.
It was a good wedding. It was great. If I got married again, that's exactly how I do it. But it was, I remember Phyllis and I were like so sad we can't hang out anymore. This is weird. Anyway, side note again. Okay. Oh yeah, remember at Jordan Phyllis we always went to the family gatherings, right? And then all the big things downstairs, and then the potato story. So I have a little story. So Phyllis, his mother, she was someone particular. She liked things done in a certain manner, right? She was a higher end lady, which I appreciated. You know, I like sometimes the fancy things myself.
Right.
I could whistle "God Save the Queen" for you then too, like
Yeah.
I did for her when she used to get that way.
She was a little like that.
And you call her the queen, and she would not take it as an insult.
Yeah.
She'd take that as a compliment. There you go.
Yes.
Yeah.
So her thing, she had this pot. That was an $800 pot, and she was very proud of this pot, and she liked to tell how expensive things were, didn't she?
Yeah.
Yeah, she liked to say, thank you. Yeah, she liked to say how expensive things were. And we did not have a lot of money, so I was very nervous about using this pot. So we're in the basement, and everybody had a potluck, and I brought potatoes. And there was a lovely sink and whatever, and then I had this all the potatoes in the pot. And I said, how do I mash them, or what should I do with them, Phyllis? And she's like, just do it in the pot. And I was like, but I was afraid with the beater, because she told me about 1,000 times that it was an $800 pot. I'm like, I do not have $800 if I wreck this pot, because she may make you pay for it. So I was nervous. So I said, what should I do? She's like, well, just do it in the sink. Just do it in the sink. Do it in the sink. I remember asking her one last time. I remember looking at Phyllis and I'm like, are you sure you want me to put the potatoes in the sink? And she said, yes. And she was being frustrated with me.
Yeah,
just do it in the sink. And I was like, okay, fine. And then everybody's there. So I take these huge big ass pot of potatoes and I dump them into the sink. And I take the butter, put the butter in, and salt, pepper in the sink with the potatoes. And I at that moment, I know I've primarily screwed up. Like, everyone's looking at me. Especially Phyllis, because she doesn't like anything messy. And I'm like,
And germs.
And germs. So I was like, just go with it. And I'm like, you did everything wrong. So I took the beater and I'm like, in the sink. And I make potatoes in the sink, right? And everyone's dying. And especially, I love it because Lynn and Phyllis had an interesting relationship. And so she's watching Phil and it's like, die. And she's like, this is crazy. It's so funny.
I don't know.
I know what's happening. Yeah, so I'm just like, okay, I'm just going for it now. I'm pretending like this is no big deal. I always put them in the sink, whatever. And Phil's just like, what have you done? And I was like, well, you told me put them in the sink.
She meant put the pot in the sink, which I don't know why
like there's the
No
pot rack, so
counter.
there's no counter space.
Do you think it's the cost of the pot or the?
Pot was $800, and all I was thinking, screwing up this pot for $800.
I think Grandma was
doing
thinking that there wasn't
An
room.
annual story.
Yeah.
So she was
Yeah,
like, just put
so I wanted to take that potatoes out of that pot and put them in something else, but she kept saying, just put them in the sink, just put them in the sink. So I was like, okay, I'm putting them on the sink. And the moment I did that, I knew, I was like, this is so wrong. I'm gasping right now, but I'm like, I'm committed. So anyway, so she would not eat the potatoes. And I was like, oh, it's fine, Phyllis, no big deal. So I'm taking them out. It was laughing. I was like, it's all good, people, no big deal. But she wouldn't eat them. Okay. She was like, oh, she was quite upset about that. The best part, though, the karma of it all is, and that evening, then she's so proud of her pies, right? So she's dishing up her pies. You know how she was always proud of her pies, and so we're all passing up the pies.
And she's also eats slowly.
She eats
So
slowly.
everybody else has their pie and she hasn't got it yet.
Right, so we're eating, and one by one, we're tasting it, and it's not so good. And so we're all just leaving it, and she sits down, and she's noticing everybody, no one's eating the pies. What's wrong with the pies? And then she bites in, and she's like, oh, I put salt in instead of sugar. And I was like, so the potatoes in the sink,
Yeah,
and not the
potatoes.
worst thing of the day.
Can you imagine that night when she went to bed thinking, what the heck kind of Thanksgiving was that?
I know.
Yes.
The damn potatoes in the sink, and then my pie was ruined. But it was just kind of a little bit of fun
Yeah.
for me to go, oh, so it's not.
Yeah, so we were all just like, oh.
You should have put it in the sink.
Yeah, exactly. I should have told them. I mean, this is the thing, they would have gone. Anyway, I digress. This is about you, David. I have all these stories I don't get to share with people. Okay, back to this. I remember camping with you guys because you know what a good camper I am. Yeah, we had a really good time camping. I remember how the Webbs got me drinking coffee. So I never drank coffee until when I was such a newbie. I was so young, 26 years old. How ridiculous is that? And you guys would say, oh my goodness. And you guys would say, why do you drink coffee like David does? And now I drink a lot of coffee. So thank you a lot for that, David. That's great. You are. I remember how you are slightly a non-minimalist kind of person, would you say? He's not a minimalist. The wife is, right? You may have noticed that, yeah. So they complement each other well. But with David, it's the bigger the better most of the time. I kind of appreciate it. The big meals, the big gadgets. I remember he was the first one to have GPS or something for your plane. I remember you were buying him that. That was a big deal.
I remember that.
You always researched everything, and you like to find things. Like the fancy big bike you got for Lynn's 40th. You know, that's been thoroughly used a lot, I think, right? Yeah. Yeah. So, but good.
It was used a lot, but I just returned it.
Right. So I always appreciate, because I'm obviously, maybe you've noticed as well, I'm not a minimalist. So I get it. I'm always like, well, David, you want, like Lynn would talk to me about it. Oh, he wants
Can
this
you
pizza
imagine?
stove now and this thing and the next thing. I'm always like, oh, just let him. It's fine. So we also joked, always with David, that he was the brother I never wanted. But the reality is, you are the brother that I always wanted. I never had a brother. So you are the brother that I always wanted. So this is where the tears are, just be ready. So thank you for being there for me when it all blew up. And I was in Hong Kong and you guys were in Indo and I came out to see you for 2 weeks, I think, and you guys picked me off the floor and I was just a disaster. And so you were there for me, so thank you for that. Thank you for talking about finances. And when I had to separate from Craig, and it was so difficult for me and how to handle these things, you were very wise and very level-headed when Lynn and I were quite disastrous at that point. So you were steadying the ship, so thank you for that. Thank you for being, giving good advice, and you supported me. Thank you for that, David. Thanks for being the guy that is fun to watch you dream about pizza ovens and the pin and rolls for eyes. Or big mosquito killers that you want to do on an epic level around the cabin. He wants to take it to the next level.
Like
which is
those
great.
salt guns, have you seen those?
I would be in on that one.
No,
Yeah.
I'm set now.
Yeah.
Anyway.
Yeah, so he researched, or it's like, it says Costco for this much money, I have to buy it, right? And it's like, no, we don't need that. And I'm like, oh, just let David have it. So I get you, David, and the more on the bigger scale, and I think it's great, and I applaud you for it. Who's interrupting you?
It was so
The Oilers. Okay, I'll quickly go fast.
Where's that from?
Okay.
You're fine.
this is
You're fine.
So I very much respect you, David, and your funny little ways of liking the bigger the better. Thank you for being my friend, and I enjoy when we sit together with pinners and you actually stay and visit with us, because I enjoy, you think I would appreciate your opinion, and we chat and we talk about my crazy dating life. And, you know, I share with you how I have a sexy voice and we almost cried to death. Because my sexy voice sounded like I was demon possessed. So I think that maybe why I didn't have a lot of dates for a while. Which is, oh no, never mind, it's so bad. I can't
We give her some advice on that.
Stop with that.
Deal breaker right there.
We may have had a couple glasses of wine, and I was sharing my sexy voice, and it came out like demon possession. And David gives, maybe you shouldn't use that. Thank you for that advice. But I just, you know what, I'll make myself a little fool because I love to laugh with these guys, and it's great. So happy birthday, Dave. You are a very good man, and I respect your lifestyle and the choices you have made with Lynn over the years. I'm honored to be your friend, and I'm thrilled that we all get to live in Calgary now together and to continue to make more memories. You are truly the brother I do wish I had. And I celebrate you in your 60 years of life. Well done. Happy birthday, and you deserve good things. So I love you, my friend. Yes, there you go.
Yes.
There you go, and I'm gonna get a hug too.